You think you know your dog, but do you really? Like, why do dogs seem obsessed with babies? Is it because they're cute and smell like milk? Oh, and why do they insist on sniffing your crotch like it's their full-time job? In this video, we will continue exploring these weird dog behaviors, diving deeper into the fascinating science behind your canine companion's quirky habits. Starting with one of the strangest habits your dog displays, spinning in circles before they do their business. It looks silly, but there's a real reason behind it. Dogs actually align themselves with the Earth's magnetic field when they poop. A study from the Czech University of Life Sciences found that dogs prefer to relieve themselves along the north-south axis. Scientists aren't sure exactly why, but it might have to do with how they sense their surroundings. This fascinating research wasn't just a quick observation. Researchers spent 2 years studying this behavior, collecting data on dogs' alignment during defecation. While it sounds like an unusual use of research funding, the consistency of the findings suggests there's something significant happening with this magnetic alignment. Spinning also helps them check for any hidden dangers before they squat, an ancient survival instinct from their wild ancestors. Plus, it flattens the grass, making sure nothing tickles their butt mid-poop. Some experts also suggest that the spinning motion helps stimulate the intestines, essentially helping to bring on the bowel movement. Interestingly, not all dogs perform this ritual, and even those that do, don't necessarily do it every time. If your dog takes forever to find the perfect spot, now you know they're not just being difficult, they're following ancient instincts and perhaps even tuning into Earth's magnetic field. One dog owner shared an interesting theory in the comments. The north-south alignment might help dogs avoid having the sun or moon directly in their eyes, which could temporarily hinder their vision during a vulnerable moment. Just like how driving west at sunset can be blinding for humans, dogs might instinctively avoid this discomfort. Another popular thing dogs do is act like babies are the best thing ever. You've probably noticed how gentle and protective they get around little ones. Dogs can actually sense that babies are small, fragile, and in need of care. They pick up on baby sounds, smells, and even the way humans treat them. Research from the University of Arizona suggests that dogs have an instinct to protect young members of their pack. That includes human babies too. Some dogs even release oxytocin, the love hormone, when bonding with babies, just like we do. They also know babies are great snack suppliers, constantly dropping food everywhere. So if your dog follows a baby around like a bodyguard, it's part love, part survival strategy. This protective behavior stems from dogs' social, pack-driven nature. When closely bonded with their human family, dogs view them as pack members, so it makes sense that a new, tiny human would automatically become a pack member too. Dogs recognize that this addition is part of the family, which triggers their protective instincts. Dogs are also excellent at mimicking our behaviors. When they see you taking care of your baby and being gentle around them, they realize they should behave in a similar manner. Our pups pick up on our body language and verbal cues quite quickly, so it doesn't take them long to realize the tiny human needs protecting. Some breeds are simply more inclined to be gentle and protective of little ones. The Newfoundland, for example, is known as a nanny dog breed due to their natural instinct to be gentle yet protective around children. A viewer shared a fascinating story about pregnant women and dolphins. My wife, when pregnant, was in the water near some dolphins. They all went to her belly and kept pointing at it, almost certainly using sonar. They didn't bump her at all, but one gently caressed her belly. This suggests that many animals, not just dogs, have an innate ability to recognize and respond to pregnancy in babies. Then there's this funny habit, dogs snoozing, with their tongue flopped out. It looks adorable, but what's really going on? Most of the time, it's just relaxation. When dogs are in a deep sleep, their jaw muscles relax, and their tongue naturally slips out. It also helps them regulate body temperature, since dogs don't sweat like humans. Sometimes dogs with missing teeth or an overbite struggle to keep their tongue inside. Certain breeds like pugs and bulldogs are more prone to this because of their short snouts. If your dog does this often, it just means they're comfy and feeling safe, unless they seem droopy or dehydrated. It's nothing to worry about. Just enjoy the cuteness. Another strange but cool thing. Dogs' eyes glow like tiny flashlights in the dark. This happens because of a special layer in their eyes called the tapetum lucidum. Experts explain that this layer helps reflect light, improving night vision. It's like having built-in night goggles. This makes dogs much better at seeing in low light than humans. Different dogs have different eyeshine colors depending on their breed and eye pigmentation. That's why some dogs glow green while others shine blue or yellow. If you've ever seen your dog's eyes light up in the dark, don't worry, it's not ghostly, just good biology. Interestingly, some dogs might have this reflective layer in only one eye, causing only that eye to shine when light hits it. This is typically a genetic variation and usually not a cause for concern. The eye with the tapetum lucidum will actually have slightly better night vision than the one without it. Ever notice how dogs give themselves a big shake after a nap? It's not just for fun. Shaking helps them reset their muscles and wake up their body. When dogs sleep in weird positions, their fur and skin can get stuck in place. A good shake loosens everything up. It also helps them shake off any lingering tension or stress. In the wild, wolves and other canines do this to stay alert after resting. If your dog shakes after waking up, it's like their version of a morning stretch. It's completely normal, and just another part of their daily routine. Next, let's talk about why dogs love to lick each other's mouths. It might look strange, but it's actually a sign of respect. Research from Kyoto University found that dogs do this as a way to show social ranking and friendship. In the wild, puppies lick adult dogs' mouths to ask for food. Even though pet dogs don't need to beg for food, the behavior sticks. Sometimes it's also a form of grooming dogs clean each other like this. If your dogs do this a lot, it means they get along well. It's their way of saying, hey, we're good, right? So next time you see it, know that it's not weird, it's dog manners. Then there's this strange dog behavior. You blow in your dog's face, and they react like you just insulted their ancestors. Why do they hate it so much? For one, dogs rely on their sense of smell more than anything, and a sudden burst of air disrupts that, making them uncomfortable. It also triggers their natural fight-or-flight response. In dog language, a direct puff of air feels like an invasion of space. Some dogs might tolerate it, but most will pull away, or even snap. If your dog gives you a disgusted look after you blow in their face, you've officially annoyed them. So maybe stick to belly rubs instead. And finally, the most awkward one. Why do dogs insist on sniffing your crotch? It's not because they're being rude. Dogs have a powerful sense of smell, and your crotch holds a ton of scent information. Scientists at Florida State University found that dogs can pick up pheromones, which tell them about your mood, hormones, and even health. That's why they seem extra interested in certain people, like pregnant women or those who just exercised. They're not being nosy, well, actually they are. A dog's sense of smell is truly remarkable. While humans have 5 to 10 million olfactory receptors, dogs have up to 220 million. Their brain's olfactory processing center is also about 40 times larger than ours, allowing them to process scents in ways we simply cannot comprehend. Dogs have a specialized organ called the vomeronasal organ, or Jacobson's organ, in their nose that opens through the roof of the mouth. This organ sends signals directly to the brain and helps them detect chemical scents from apocrine glands, sweat glands, like pheromones and body odor. Since your crotch and armpits have the highest concentration of these glands, they're particularly interesting to your dog. When dogs sniff people's crotches, they can gather information about that person's sex, hormones, and stress levels. They're particularly drawn to people who are menstruating, have recently had sexual intercourse, or are experiencing hormonal changes like ovulation. While a little crotch sniffing is normal dog behavior, some dogs can be more persistent than others. If your dog's sniffing becomes embarrassing, especially around guests, you might want to train them to be more polite. One commenter joked, "I encountered a crotch sniffing issue, but after I was arrested, I had to stop doing it," reminding us that while this behavior is perfectly natural for dogs, it's definitely not acceptable for humans. Did you know your dog could actually warn you about dangerous people? Yes, some dogs have an uncanny ability to sense bad vibes before you do. Many dog owners in our comment section emphasize this point, with one saying, "I always trust my dog's intuition. They've never been wrong," and another noting, "If your dog doesn't like someone, pay attention. Always trust your dog." However, it's important to be cautious about over-interpreting your dog's reactions. As one insightful viewer pointed out, we need to be careful to accept we don't know everything. Some dogs bark and snap at cancer victims. If we believe dogs know bad people, we might make a wrong assumption. Dogs might react to unusual smells, movements, or other factors that have nothing to do with a person's character. Recent research suggests we may not be as in tune with our dog's emotions as we think. A study from Arizona State University showed that people often misinterpret their dog's behavior based on context rather than actually reading the dog's body language. For example, when shown a video of a dog barking, people interpreted the bark differently depending on whether they were told the dog was barking at a vacuum cleaner, negative, or at a leash before a walk, positive, even though it was the same video of the same bark. This research is a wake-up call for pet owners. As the researcher noted, we all ultimately want to give dogs the best life possible, and if we're misreading some cues, we might not be able to do that. So next time your dog gives you a look, don't just assume you know what they're feeling. Take a beat, and really try to look at the whole situation. Some trained dogs have remarkable abilities that go beyond typical pet behavior, as one viewer shared. Some trained dogs can sense imminent epileptic seizures in their owners. They can smell a chemical odor the body gives off that the human can't smell. And seizure-alert dogs are trained to put their paw on the person, or lay down on the floor and sprawl out 10 minutes to an hour before the person goes into a seizure. Dogs' behavior can be inherited to some degree, and maternal influences can affect personality and temperament. This explains why certain breeds tend to exhibit specific behavioral traits more consistently than others. So watch our next video to learn more about how dogs can recognize a bad person. Missing this could mean ignoring your dog's warning, and that might be a mistake you'll regret. If you enjoyed learning about these fascinating dog behaviors, please subscribe to our channel and share this video with other dog lovers who might benefit from understanding their furry friends better. The more we understand our canine companions, the stronger our bond with them becomes. And remember, behind every weird dog behavior is an evolutionary reason that made perfect sense in the wild, even if it looks pretty silly in your living room.